Good morning and welcome back. I'm just heading up to sit outside for a little bit with my coffee, and I'm going to talk to you all for just a little while. So today is Tuesday, the 14th of April, and I have some footage to share with you from Friday mostly, I think, a little bit from Saturday. I had started a vlog and then life just got busy. So I'm going to go ahead and insert that and tell you about what was going on. But yeah, it's not really a full vlog, so then we'll come back here and we can talk some more. Good morning and welcome back. It's Friday and we are getting ready, the girls and I, to head out and do a little bit of thrift shopping. Sometimes this is just for fun, but today we are on a mission to get the things that are missing from their spring and summer closets. So we're going to hit two cheap thrift stores and Goodwill if we absolutely have to. And they're very excited. And then I'm going to come home, hopefully be home by lunchtime. It's about 8:30 now. And we'll do lunch, clean up some stuff, get it ready for my parents coming tomorrow. My dad's birthday was this last week, and I told him to pick a meal and a dessert for while they're here tomorrow. And he said he wanted egg roll in a bowl and cosmic brownies. So that's what I'm going to make. I'm going to make the brownies tonight and make sure I pull the meat out for the egg roll in a bowl and get his birthday present wrapped up, all those things for when they come tomorrow. And then we do pizza and a movie night on Friday nights whenever we're home. So we'll be doing that this evening. So yeah, I've got my coffee and my water, grabbing my purse, and we're gonna head out and hope we can find the things that we need for a good price. Guys, so we're back from our thrift shopping and I'm going to show you what we got real quick. We didn't get everything we needed, but we got some, so I'll show you that. So the first store we went to, we spent $17 and some change, and that was the best deals, so I'll show you that first. I got a fitted sheet for our bed because our one just ripped, and so now we have two sets again, just in case. We got a pair of sandals for Caleb. He was asking about those. Abby got a pair of dress shoes. That's her first pair of shoes in women's sizes. So Emma got this sweatshirt. It's an Aeropostale, just a crop sweatshirt. Let's see. There's a pair of leggings for, I think these ones were either Evie's or Elizabeth's. Evie picked out this t-shirt. I got this it's like a sweatshirt cardigan just to pull on. So I don't have prices for any of this stuff. I think most women's things were 50 cents, and then kids things I think were 50 cents or a quarter. This is a t-shirt for me. Just a minute. Okay, and then Abby needed several things, so trying to keep it all together. There's two pairs of leggings for her. These ones especially look really comfortable. They're from Shein, but yeah, just two pairs of leggings, two little training bras for her, t-shirt for her. I picked out this shirt for her. And then Micah needed shorts. So the ones that he had were all the athletic kind. So there's those. And these are just from Walmart. I don't even know what those are. Monsters, I guess. Just trying to zoom out, but I can't like this. And then a pair of camo ones. I think he's really gonna like that. And then he didn't really need shirts, but we saw this one. It's like a Hawaiian shirt but has dinosaurs on it, and I picked that up for him. Evie needed leggings and pajama pants, so she picked out those that are kind of fleecy. Another pair of leggings for her. And another pair of leggings for Evie. I grabbed a bra for Elizabeth. Abby picked out this little cropped white shirt for underneath dresses. There's another pair of leggings for her. And the last two, this is just an extra small ladies t-shirt, but I think it'll work for Abby. It'll just be long, so we can cut it off or let it as is. And then the last item was a shirt for myself. It's just purple. Dan likes me in purple. So, like I said, all of that was $17 and something. And then since we were not having good luck for Emma, we decided to go ahead and go to Goodwill. So this was all like almost $30, 28 something. So Abby picked out this shirt. I think it's really cute. It was $2.49. Another one that she picked out, and again, $2.49. Elizabeth got a pair of shorts, and they were $4.99. A shirt for Emma, that was $3.99. Another shirt for Emma, that was $3.99. She has, well, this is a skirt for Abby, and it was half price, so it was like $2.50. Another shirt for Emma, another $3.99, and then yeah, go ahead. 2 shirts for Erin. These were $1.99 each because they were half off. And then the last 2 items for that $30 total were 2 belts. They were $1 each. So this one is for Micah, and this one is for Abby. So then on the way home, we stopped at the other store, and it is by donations, which I think is really awkward, but we stopped there, and I probably give them just a little bit more than I would spend if I bought the stuff at that first thrift store. Okay, I got distracted for a minute, but anyway, this is what we got at that last thrift store. Like I said, it's pay what you want, and all of the proceeds benefit the senior center that's next door. So we don't want to skimp, too much, but Elizabeth got a skirt. It's got an elastic waist, but the fake buttons on the front, and it still has the tag on it. Evie picked out this blouse. She'll have to probably wear something under that because it's a little bit low, but she really liked the color, and it's like a Swiss dot. And then the last two things were for me, and it's just a camisole. I really like these that are like a slip camisole, and then a full slip. And so for those 4 items, I gave them $5. So that was our shopping. Emma needs skirts desperately, and we still need to get a couple pairs of shoes, but we're getting there. We're almost done with what we needed to fill in the gaps. So while I was distracted there, we went outside and had lunch. I got hot dogs at Aldi's the other day, so we just had a fire and made hot dogs, which is why I am so red. But yeah, now I think I might go walk for a little bit, or if nothing else, I'm going to do laundry. That's what needs to happen first, and then see what we do this afternoon. Like I said earlier, I need to make the brownies for my dad for whenever they come tomorrow, and we're doing pizza for dinner, so I'll prep the dough. It's 1:20, so probably about 4 o'clock or so I'll start getting stuff ready for dinner, but we'll see what we do in the meantime. It keeps going to Aaron. I think there's like 2 in that packet.
I told you to the video. Yeah, and Jada gets on the shoulders and the right side. And then they win and he takes off their thumb. He's like, yeah, we won. They're like, yeah.
So I never picked the camera back up on Friday, and then Saturday morning my brother and my sister-in-law and my niece came and they took Elizabeth's senior pictures. Don't look so shy, Elizabeth.
I'm stealing all these pictures and putting them in this.
Those first few were done in town at the old train station where like the scenic railroad comes in, and then we went to the canal in our little village and did a few more. What is it?
Big one.
I thought she said a bat. Oh, a bass. You can't find it with your phone? Where is it?
I can't see it anymore. What?
It's probably dead.
There's another one.
Big ones?
And little one. There's another bigger one over there.
Oh, down.
Oh, I'm fishing.
Wait,
I'm angry now.
There it is.
Wait, oh, there's
No,
another one.
I was just happy the one picture where I was sitting, my split was like just long enough.
So while we were doing that, my dad was here with the boys and they were replacing our pressure tank, and that went pretty easily. By the time that we came in from doing pictures, they had just finished and we had lunch together. And then Saturday afternoon, after they left about 2 o'clock, we drove 2.5 hours one way to buy a new work car for Dan. The one that he has a 91 Plymouth, and we think the head gasket went, like when you check the oil, it looks like curdled chocolate milk. So we knew it needs to be replaced. We wanted something older than a 99 so that we could historic tag it in Maryland and save a little bit of money. So yeah, we were looking for a car that we could afford, which isn't a whole lot. So we found this car that isn't pretty, but runs well. It's a 1997 Saturn. So we drove, like I said, 2.5 hours to pick that up. We didn't get home until after 10 o'clock Saturday night. And then Sunday, of course, we had church, and my mother-in-law had said she wanted to come down and see everybody, and she said she was bringing lunch. But I was absolutely blown away. We walked in and she had this like full dinner for us after church. It was such a blessing. So then yesterday, I feel like we just spent the day recovering. We had laundry to do, of course, and we were just so exhausted. It had been such a busy weekend. And so today I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm going to sit down here in a little bit and go over our budget again, because I think I can rearrange some things as far as like when things get paid to make better sense. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do laundry, of course. I've got 2 loads on the line already. And I need to take Aaron. He's going to have lunch with a friend. So I'm going to go drop him off here in a little bit. And then I'll have to pick him up later. And I don't know what else. But so today's, like I said, Tuesday. And we leave Thursday for Elizabeth's senior trip. So we need to start getting ready for that too. Really excited. We are going to be able to go have lunch with some friends who used to go to church with us. They lived in Pennsylvania and now they live in Indiana, and so we're going to get to go see them. So I'm excited about that, and just excited to spend some time with Elizabeth, see her college campus, and yeah, so it should be fun, except for the drive, because I don't really enjoy car rides, and it's like 8.5 hours, but we're gonna kind of split it up into 2 days. Drive partway Thursday night, the rest of the day, rest of the way Friday morning, see the campus, spend Friday evening and Saturday and Sunday morning doing whatever we want in the area, and then Sunday lunch with friends, and we'll start back and then spend the night and come the rest of the way Monday morning. So we got Aaron dropped off to meet his friend. He met him at the store where our daughter works, where Elizabeth works, and they are heading to Applebee's in town. And I was just thinking after I dropped him off that, like, this is definitely one of the benefits of being homeschooled. He's in 10th grade and his friend graduated last year. So his friend just had the day off work, and Aaron was able to get up this morning and get, you know, his schoolwork done. He practiced his bass for, I don't know, an hour or so this morning, and then he was free to be able to go to Applebee's in the middle of a Tuesday when all of his public school and private school counterparts would still be in a classroom. So that's really good for him, and it was really good for him to be able to get out a little bit, since he's been cooped up and using crutches for so long, it seems like. I mean, it's been over a month. So now I'm heading home, and I'm going to finish working on the budget. There was just, it needed to be streamlined. A few things had changed, and so yeah, I was working on that before I left, but I need to go home and get it finished. And it's 11:05, so I also need to be thinking about what I'm going to be feeding my children for lunch. Usually we just have leftovers, but there's not really very many of them left at this point. I got home and started making lunch, and I started off making some corn dog muffins. They're sitting there and getting ready to go in the oven. And then I was also making a cucumber salad with cucumbers and onions, and then I added in mayonnaise and a little bit of sugar there, some vinegar, a little bit of dill, and some salt, and mixed all that together. And then it still really wasn't as creamy as I wanted, so I added a little bit of sour cream, and so we had the cornbread muffins, or the corn dog muffins, and the cucumber salad. And then the kids had been asking me for smoothies, and so I just made a really basic smoothie, just some milk, some yogurt, some strawberries, and some blueberries, and that was our lunch. I ended up having my salad on top of some greens, and the kids really enjoyed it. Now I'm outside, the kids are doing their chores, and I'm still working on budget stuff. I'm almost done. I have basically an outline, and I can show you what that looks like. I just have to plan, so like twice a year there are 5 paychecks in a month, and we get paid on Thursdays, and so there was 5 paychecks in April, but one of them is on the 30th, and so I'm actually counting that as I'm moving it into May to have an extra paycheck, basically. So I need to decide what exactly I want to do with that paycheck. Some of it is just going to go in savings, because we'll have Elizabeth's graduation party coming up, and I'm going to have to buy food and things for that. And then also, of course, we're going on this trip, so if we need to pay anything off, we shouldn't have to actually spend a lot of our own money for Elizabeth's trip. Right now I have $884 in credit card rewards points that we've been saving, and then I have $111 in upside points that we've been saving, or upside cash back, and Dan has like $109 in upside. So we should be able to use, I mean, that's like $1,500 I think, including, we also had $425 set aside for the trip. So yeah, like $1,500. And the only thing that we know for sure that we're spending right now is our rental car was like $260. It's still going to be better to do that with the price of fuel than driving our big van and wear and tear on it and everything. So we just got a little car that we're renting to take out there. So yeah, we'll see. It shouldn't be very expensive. But anyway, let me show you what our... It's kind of windy out here. Hopefully you'll be able to see. So this is our bills due page, and I just have the numbers 1 through 30 along the side, and then what bills are due when. This isn't working well, sorry guys. So just down the list of the things that we pay on a monthly basis, and then down here at the bottom, that's in this shade and you can't see anything, is our weekly items that we spend. So whenever I was putting the budget together, this is the way I always do it. I total up how much all of this at the top is, and so it ended up being about $1,600, which means that every week we have about $400 in bills of this part of the paper, and then these ones down here equal $540. So that's $940 between all of it, and we get paid $1,000 a week. So essentially we have $60 extra to play with every week, and we just call that savings. So sometimes it actually does go into our savings account, but even so, it's to kind of cover, you know, the things that are not covered in the other categories, so car repairs and things like that. And yes, I'm fully aware that that's not enough money and that we don't make enough money and whatever, but it is what it is. It's what we live with. And we put aside our tax refund, our income tax refund every year, and that is pretty much what becomes our like hills and valleys fund. So whenever we run short, whenever, not for like weekly things, but whenever we have a car repair that exceeds what we have available, those kinds of things, then it gets pulled from that. So this past week has been super expensive. We, like I said, pressure tank was $635. Other things we did for the house was like $105. We spent $1,000 on a car. We got 100 pounds of hamburger from a butcher, and that was $500. So it was very, very expensive, and there's nowhere in our budget for those kinds of purchases, and that all comes from our income tax refund. And if that would ever go away, I'm not entirely sure what we would do, but I know God would provide and we'd make it work. So like I said about our routine changes lately and things like that, it's almost pointless in a way to do these things because life changes so quickly, and it's like as soon as I get something figured out, I know it's going to be different. But anyway, this is what it is for right now anyway, and if this other business opportunity comes through, things are going to change. Just life changes as we go. So then we just have the budget divided out into weeks because we get paid weekly, and we're always like a week or two ahead based on like all of the things that we're paying on week 4 aren't due until week 1 or 2. So we're a little bit ahead that way, but we're not a month ahead. We've tried to get there, but it just, something has always come up and kind of prevented that. So this is what our budget is looking like right now. So the rest of the day we just did laundry. I changed out my bedding for this bedspread that was my grandparents', and I had to wash it and mend it. We had dinner, just all the normal things. So I'm gonna go ahead and close out this vlog, and I will see you again very soon. Good night.